You've worked with Jeff before on Shotgun Story, so what is it you like about him as a director, and why did you sort of come back for this film?
I don't know, we seem to have a kind of an inherent brotherly kind of relationship. I like his economy, you know. He's very brave the way he tells stories, because he really tries to explain as little as possible, which I think is very bold for such a young filmmaker. And he's willing to take huge risks that he knows may not, you know, he refers to them as experiments, you know. Like the ending of Take Shelter for him is an experiment, and he knows that different people will interpret it differently. Some people may not like it, some people may love it, but he doesn't, he's not just trying to please people, he's really trying to make something different than what the rest of what's out there, and trying to push himself always, which is also good.
Do you feel the film's kind of got maybe like contemporary resonance with all the sort of anxieties that people have, being like a father and sort of these external pressures of money and things like that?
Certainly, yeah. Well, I think, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of different ways to be relevant. I mean, there's the current state of the world, and also, you know, I mean, what's interesting to remember about the film is that it started as a very personal story for Jeff. I mean, he started writing it not because he wanted to make a film about the state of the world, but because he was just having anxieties about getting married and starting a family, and, you know, moving on to the next stage of manhood, you know. And so that's where it starts, and then it turns into this broader examination of, you know, the world. But I think that's a really great way to tell a story, is to go from that very micro personal experience to the macro experience. You know, it's very, very effective.
You're with Jessica Chastain in this film, who's in a lot of movies at the moment. She's very in demand. So what qualities do you think she has that makes her so sort of popular with directors now?
Well, I think it really comes down to her heart. You know, with Jessica, she has so much feeling in her, and it's genuine feeling, and it's not anything she's manufacturing. I mean, she can't really help herself. She's a very vulnerable, sensitive person, but she's also highly trained and very intelligent, you know, and you know, I think it really threw Jeff for a loop, because, you know, I show up a lot of times for work, and I just do whatever the scene is, and I don't really say much about it. But, you know, Jessica showed up and had very thoughtful questions, and really gave Jeff a run for his money, and it was exciting, honestly, because she never asked a bad question. You know, it always made things, it always deepened whatever what was happening, and benefited all of us. So I think it's that combination that's drawing people to her.